Buju Nindoi Makanitag, Bangia Tago Ninata Nashnabim, Abby Sunde and Dijanka Shaganashmang, North Central Wisconsin and Donjiba, Minnesota and Donji, Madison, Wisconsin and Dayanungam, Nagachi Wanang Ijanakare Kishkanikan Wanjibayan. Hello, my name is Abby Sunde. I'm a current student at UW-Madison. I grew up in North Central Wisconsin, spent 12 years of my adulthood in Minnesota, and I'm a first-generation descendant of the Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior, Ojibwe. If you're just hearing about Waadookawaad Amikwag, I want to say an especially warm welcome. I first learned about their work through a webinar similar to this one in the fall of 2022. After hearing about the work they were doing, I knew I wanted to help out in whatever ways I could. Shortly after attending their webinar, my mentor, soil scientist Jeff Simmering, approached me about an opportunity to apply for a community-based water research grant. This grant, which is funded through the Mortgage Center for Public Service and Water at UW, seeks to support community efforts regarding water. We approached Waadookawaad Amikwag to support their community efforts, and we were so excited when they agreed. It's been really exciting to support this work and the efforts of some truly amazing people. Through additional funding through the USDA Earth Partnership's Tribal Student Fellowship Program, this work has been able to expand from its original scope and continue. I want to mention that during this webinar, sometimes you'll hear us say line 3, sometimes you'll hear us say line 393. Line 93 is the replacement and the expansion of line 3 that was completed by Enbridge in 2021. Looking at this map, you can see the ways the route of line 3 changes and the ways it followed a similar trajectory from the original line 3. Saying line 393 is our way of acknowledging the most recent pipeline versus line 3's original route. The work and research this grant supported included focusing on capacity building and supporting the mountain of labor that Waadookawaad Amikwag has been doing since its inception. I'll be speaking a bit to the fieldwork that was conducted through the grant, but I want to acknowledge the work that was done through this grant was building on the wealth of knowledge and experience of the members, and I'm really grateful to be a part of it. My work included supporting capacity building of the group, coordinating a large multi-site, multi-day field visit this summer, and general science support. So specifically, this multi-day field event focused on 2 regions of the pipeline corridor. 3 field visits were focused on the line 393 corridor near Itasca State Park, and 5 field visits were focused on the line 393 corridor near Fond du Lac. When we conduct these site visits, we begin by field observations in determining the visual ecological disruption that we can see, and we do a general site survey to record the observations that we have. After the site survey, we collect field meter readings of the water throughout the site. This helps us determine areas of concern that we might have seen through the drone, and this allows us to verify on the site with the handheld meter equipment. Once we've located these areas of concern, we also collect water samples for third-party analysis through an independent certified laboratory. We follow laboratory best practices for the sampling, including chain of custodies, which provides a legal paper trail of how the sample went from the sampler's hands to the laboratory. This type of fieldwork, the type that Waadookawaad Amikwag members like Jackie and the whole field team have been doing with such frequency, is so crucial. In observing the land, seeing the disruption, documenting it, and conducting field meter readings and collecting samples, a larger story emerges. The water tells us what's happening. The water samples give us a picture of the water chemistry and where it originates from. This is really important. Through collecting water samples, we can begin to understand if the water is likely surface water or if it's coming from deeper in the ground, which indicates that it could be an aquifer breach. Through collecting data and observing the sites, we're able to look for disruptions at sites caused by the installation of the pipeline and build evidence of the harm. Something also that's really important to note is the way this work can be applied and adopted by different citizen scientist groups. Waadookawaad Amikwag has been conducting these field visits for years now to show the damages caused by the construction of the pipeline in these sensitive ecosystems after construction of the pipeline. But I think that it's really important to also note that work has a lot of potential before a pipeline is constructed too. By having eyes along proposed routes, documenting the sensitive areas of land, conducting drone work along a proposed route, maybe even getting baseline water samples of bodies of water at potential crossings, could have so much impact in developing a narrative of the dangers of disrupting these sensitive environments. Like what we're currently seeing along the damages along line 393, and the harm that would be caused from any potential future pipelines, like line 5 in Wisconsin. These are conversations that need to be happening. Documentation like this can help inform regulators about the permanent damages that a pipeline's existence causes on a landscape. Chimikwich for your time to hear about this work.